Well, first on 4, reports of red tide continue in the Gulf of Mexico from Galveston all the way down here to South Padre Island.
Reports of fish kills have been reported with some bay systems. CBS 4's Tiffany Huertas has more.
Red tide is not only affecting visitors, but businesses too.
We're going to move Wheels on Padre over.
Wheels on Padre manager Duby Alcocer has been busy.
We're making this building into a restaurant right now.
Coordinating the finishing touches on a new Italian restaurant on South Padre Island. But Wednesday morning, Alcocer came to work having difficulty breathing.
We don't want it here. I mean, it affects our business and it affects us.
A toxin in the air was a sign of only one thing, a red tide event.
It releases this toxin into the air and it creates an aerosol, and that can definitely, somebody walking on the beach can experience asthma-like symptoms like irritation of the throat, nose, the eyes, and experience some coughing and sneezing.
Coastal ecologist Liana Lerma says they are monitoring the levels of red tide along the island.
First started on the northern section of South Padre Island, but we've received reports that the concentration levels are increasing from day to day.
Now, this isn't the first time red tide occurred here. In 2011, hundreds of fish were killed because of it.
Red tide usually happens because there is a marine algal organism in the Gulf of Mexico that within certain environmental conditions, it begins to reproduce very rapidly. And when it does, it pretty much affects patchy sections or even sometimes the entire Texas coast.
According to Texas Parks and Wildlife, the color of the water has not changed, but about 300 ladyfish died between beach access 5 and 6 on Tuesday. Some South Padre Island visitors are having trouble adjusting.
And I started coughing right away.
If it gets any worse, we'll probably pack up and leave and go to someplace else.
According to the Toxic Substances Coordinating Committee, red tide blooms may last days, weeks, or months, and can also change daily due to wind conditions. On South Padre Island, Tiffany Huertas, CBS 4 News and ValleyCentral.com.
And to report fish kills or suspected red tides, you can call the Texas Parks and Wildlife at 512-389-4848. We'll have that number along with the story on Valley Central. Due to those red tide conditions, the 2015 Texas General Land Office Adopt a Beach fall cleanup that's scheduled for this Saturday has now been canceled. This only affects the 3 sites: South Padre Island Cameron County Parks, South Padre Island City Beaches, and Boca Chica. There are 21 locations still open. For the closest one, that is, visit texasadoptabeach.org.